Hey guys, it's Gator, coach of the Florida Gators, here with our Week 4 match of the GBA against Pokemen and the New Orleans Pelippers. His link will be in the description. He's like shiny hunter guy, so if you like shiny hunting, then yeah, you can go over there. If not, I mean I don't, but no, we're not throwing any shade though, like, cause like like at the like every time in one of these battles, like at the beginning, like, hey, make sure you check him out. Link in the description. He's an awesome. Like, I can say that for I cannot say that for Pokemon. I don't really watch his stuff. So it's like I don't want to just lie and be like, make sure you guys check him out. He's an awesome content. I'm sure he is. But I just don't watch him. So like I can't really say it for myself. I'm sure it's like I have to like call someone up like, hey, you watch Pokemon, bro? Okay, hey, I need you to say in my video that he's an awesome content creator or something. But I mean he's a chill dude. All right, I can say that much. That's about it. I don't watch your stuff. I'm sorry, I don't shiny hunt, but I'm sure you probably don't watch my stuff either. So the feeling's probably mutual there. But you chill dude though, so that's cool. I don't know why I spent so long on that. Anyway, I'm gonna let you know straight up. This video is post-com. The battle took basically the whole time, and there's a lot of dead time where I just didn't say shit. So I don't. And the live com was bad. The live com was just bad for multiple reasons that I just don't want to get into. So we're just gonna post-com this shit, and yeah. So let's team build. Oh, first we got this beautiful Devilman Crybaby wallpaper. Hey, let me just say, I finished this anime like a couple days ago. That's why it's a wallpaper. Like usually be Made in Abyss just because my Pokemon are named after that. But dude, this is such a good way to start off 2018 when it comes to anime. It's so good. It's really good, like really good. And it's on Netflix too. So if you got Netflix, watch Devilman Crybaby. At least watch the first episode. It's like it's so different from like stuff that I usually watch. Like, okay, I didn't realize this was in the corner. I hope I don't get like banned for this. Like, do you see this? Like, what? Look, come on, bro. Who's this? Who's it? Who got the talons or whatever? Grabbing his freaking titties. All right. Team building time. So his team will appear over here. Like I said, it's gonna be post-com. I haven't even recorded the post-com yet, and this is gonna go up tomorrow. But I mean, I can talk about my team builder like before. Like I can act like I haven't battled yet. Like I can definitely do that. But yeah, his team's gonna be over there. So when team building, there were like 4 or 5 Pokemon that I was like 85-90% sure he was gonna bring. That being his Mega Diancie, his Crest, his Torntea, and the Tentacruel. I feel like all those Pokemon were really annoying for my team just in general. If not, just one of them could just take over. And then after that, I'm thinking Garchomp has a high possibility. Piloswine has a high he could bring both. Houndoom has a good possibility. Like Serena and Jolteon, I didn't think they were that good against my team, and my team like naturally beats those Pokemon anyway. Escavalier, if he's really scared about like Serp, and wants like a secondary check, even though Torntee's such a good Pokemon for that, it's really annoying. And then like on top of that, Mega Diancie has Magic Bounce. Like I can't just like freely glare, so it just comes super annoying. And then I don't think Hariyama was that great either. So it was like, yeah, those 4 that I mentioned, one if not both the ground types, Houndoom and Escavalier I could see coming, something like that. The other 3, I don't think they're that good against my team. So, and I mean, I think I naturally checked them anyway. So one thing you're gonna notice is that a lot of my monsters spit def on this team because, like I said, the Diancie's usually special attacker. I mean, Diamond Storm still hits like a truck. Cresselia is usually special attacker. Torntea is usually special attacker, even though it can run physical moves like Superpower Knockoff. And Tentacruel is usually special attacking as well. So for example, I have this type No. It's the first time I'm bringing it. It just has moves to hit all his offensive stuff. Like Iron Head hits the Diancie, Icy Wind hits the Chomp, U-turn, it's just a slow pivot. And then the last move, I just put some random shit. Like I just put this. Like I was gonna put like Thunder Wave or Toxic or some other status, but I was like, you know what? I might as well be getting some damage while I'm status in him. It's 20%. 20% is 100%. So, or 0%, whatever. So it's just max depth. It's just meant as like a secondary check to all his stuff, like all his special attackers, and even his physical attackers. Like with the Eviolite, I'm super bulky anyway. And then we also have Clucky, who's like max depth. It was super hard trying to find a set for this. I was doing spikes at first, and I was doing screens. I was really scared to bring Thunder Wave on this thing because he had the Diancie, which if it bounced back, I could just get full parried. And he also had the Houndoom, which means I'm pretty much like a sitting duck. Like if he goes hard Houndoom. It's like I just like didn't want to put any move that affected the opponent because of the magic bounce and the dark type. So we have Magnetized Calm Mind. It actually does, it matches up pretty well against his team. It can just 1v1 his ground types because they can't really touch it. I guess Garchomp can use Fire Fang or something. Diancie, I mean, this is a natural switch into that Diancie anyway, like even without Flash Cannon. Psyshock's for the Tentacruel. And if he has like a Calm Mind Crest, I can hit it on the defenses. And the Hariyama is already killed by Dazzling Leap, so that doesn't matter. But I felt like Flash wasn't as necessary just because I feel like I beat the Pokemon without Flash Cannon anyway. But yeah, what else is max with def? Altaria is max with def. This is like my main Torn switching. I don't know, it's not my main, it is my main Torn switching basically, and Houndoom switching. But then like for Diancie, you know, I have this and this. Type Null's like secondary to Torn switching, and secondary Diancie switch, like stuff like that. Because like I can't get knocked off and shit. I was also torn on this set between Dragon Dance and like Special with Hyper Voice and Flamethrower for this Cavalier. I just want Dragon Dance because what, fuck it, I want some damage somewhere. And I have Heal Bell on it, so I can just get status from stuff like Tentacruel want to burn me, or Cresselia wants to Toxic, or whatever. Yeah, what else for def? Buzzwole is AV, so that's pretty for def. I don't have Drain Punch on it. He's kind of dumb. But I was also skeptical about Leech Like, but I need this to hit the crest. But he has a Tentacruel, which means Liquid Ooze just like nullifies both my stabs if they're both recovery stab. So I don't like that. I have Iron Head for the Diancie, and it's a good neutral move to hit on like the Palace line if he wants to like switch into Torn or something. Ice Punch for the Chomper mainly, and Earthquake mainly for the Tentacruel. Stealth Rock, alright, sure, it's a Mammoth Swine. And then Crobat is like semi-offensive. It's offensive with Steel Wing for the Diancie and Defog because Toxic Spikes can be really annoying. Yeah, that took too long. How long was I recording? 7 minutes. Team Builder gonna be fucking as long as a postcom. Whatever. Yeah, that's the team. Like I said, it's gonna be postcom. So we're just gonna go into the battle. Alright, so we got the battle. The first thing I noticed immediately was he didn't bring his fucking Tentacruel, which was a pain in the ass to like put certain moves on shit for. Instead he decided to bring freaking Hariyama, which I thought was going to be completely useless going in. But yeah, I see the Tornadus, the Crest, the Diancie, which I thought had a high chance. He did bring the Double Ground, which I also thought was a huge possibility. But a nice 59 Trainer John. So he leads off with his Garchomp. I'm going to lead off with Thickness. Now, I don't have knockoff on this, so I have rocks, but I was scared that he could be just staying in and trying to do like damage or some shit. And I also wanted to gauge damage if he switched into like the Crest or the Piloswine, because I wanted to know if the Piloswine was going to be max attack, adamant, or defensive, and if the Crest was going to be max defense or something else. But so the Crest is like 35, and I think that I don't think that was max defense. I think max defense did less, so he was like max HP at least, and he ends up outspeeding me, which I don't know how much speed that means he has, because I don't actually have that much. Like I outspeed min speed Crest by just a couple points or something. Maybe it's just 1 point. It's some amount. But he is faster than my Mammo, which means he's faster than my Buzzwole. And in post-com, I can say this, but I'm gonna tell you straight up in the live com, I didn't realize this. I didn't realize that he was faster. So I go in the Buzzwole thinking, okay, I'll eat whatever it hit, and then I can go for Leech Life, and that does a fuck ton. And then that's when I realized that he was faster. Like I didn't click in my head that he was faster until after I switched the Buzzwole in. I was like, wait a minute, wasn't he faster than me like earlier? So that was a complete, my Buzzwole lost half his health for absolutely nothing, because my brain wasn't on for that turn. And also the fact that he started clicking Calm Mind, I was like, I don't want to sit here all day. So that's also why I kind of went hard Buzzwole. So there are like a couple of reasons. But the big reason was I thought I'd outspeed after. But I obviously don't, because it's the same speed. I have my Man 1 Buzzwole the same speed. So this is where it gets fun. And this is where I'm definitely going to speed it up, because my response to his Crest Calm Minding in my face is my own Klefki Calm Minding in his face. Which isn't, that's not a good answer. Like, I don't have Toxic on any Pokemon for some fucking reason. HP Ground is his hidden power, which makes total sense because I have a Heatran and a Drapion. But as you're going to see, it's just going to be literally a disgusting Calm Mind War. And this is the main reason why I don't want to do the live calm. Because we're going to sit here for a good little bit. We're going to sit here for a little bit and we're just going to do this. My only other way of really beating this thing or forcing it out would be to go into my type null to slow it down so that my Buzzwole is faster. But since I switched it in like a dumbass and lost half the health, it can't switch in anymore. Like, I mean, I can slow it and then turn. So something that I should keep it, which it happened later, which I don't want to like necessarily spoil it. I speed it up a little bit here. I don't want to necessarily spoil it, but it's not. Who cares? Who actually gives a shit? So because I didn't run the numbers during like while I was playing, so I thought after one Icy Wind, the crest would just be slower than my type null, which is not. So if I would have known that or like thought of that, instead of using this as my strategy to beat it, I could have like Icy Winded and then you turned into Buzzwole to threaten it out because my type null was still slower than the crest. I don't know how much, I don't like if he was like a couple points higher than my Mamo or Buzzwole, I don't know if at -1 type null is still slower. It might be. Point being is, instead of taking a different route, I decided to, you know what, we're just gonna Calm Mind each other's face. Because if he doesn't have recovery, I straight up beat it one-on-one. I kill it because I have Side Shock, which means I'm doing like 20% to it per turn. Meanwhile, since I have Magnetize, he can't really attack me at all. So in the +6, and if he, because like he could not have recovery because he had Psychic, HP Ground, Calm Mind. His last move could be like Ice Beam for Flygon and Altaria or something like that. That was like the main thing I was thinking. And if it is recovery, then there's always the thing where I can just PP stall all his Psychics and then half my team switches into it for free. Well, not half my team, but like Altaria switches in for free, Crobat switches in for free because they're both immune to HP Ground. Maybe even Buzzwole at that point switches in for free. Probably does. So that's going to be my game plan first, is to try and knock it out because it might not have recovery. And if it doesn't, I just straight up beat it one-on-one because he's doing no damage to me. He does get like 2 Spadef drops super duper early. And I could have, so at that point when he got to, since he got them early and we're playing on fucking Wi-Fi, I'm just sitting here like, okay, I'm not going to click Calm Mind and get this Spadef boost back. I'm just going to start attacking because maybe you don't have a recovery move. And if you don't have a fucking recovery move, then I could just kill you. And I'm not trying to sit here all fucking day, even though I definitely like the fact that my answer to Crest is this is not, that's just poor like team building. Like not running Toxic on something or Roar or just anything just didn't make a lot of sense. So I end up having to do this on Wi-Fi. Like this would only take a couple minutes, like 5 minutes maybe on Showdown, but it has to be on Wi-Fi. And I don't think he showed it yet, but he does end up having fucking Moonlight on this thing. And I just want to like, during this whole point in the live thing, you just see me in like one of the most frustrated states ever. Especially when he showed Moonlight. I'm just like, dude, I don't want to do this. Like this is why people don't like playing against Cresselia. Like it's only on Wi-Fi. Cresselia is actually better on Wi-Fi than it is on Showdown. It's just better. It's just better, strictly better on Wi-Fi because of shit like this. So yeah, he showed the Moonlight, which means my best way of actually knocking this out is to PP stall his Psychics. And then it's like, but like, do I, because it doesn't do damage. Like you see, I Calm Mind here to get the Spadef boost after I realize I'm not fucking killing this thing because it has Moonlight. And the Psychic comes out, we go from 65 to 45, but then I have leftovers, which puts me I think at 54. So it's literally doing like no damage. It's doing what, like 11? That's nothing. That's literally nothing. So I can easily stall out the rest because he's already burned through like over half, I think, at this point. So I'm like, okay, well I can stall the rest out and then just kidding. This is bound to happen at some point. I did mention this a lot in the live comm as well. Like eventually someone's gonna get crit. Unfortunately, it was me. at a point where I realize I can't beat this thing otherwise, besides stalling him out of freaking psychics. So that's +6 psychic. It doesn't even do a KO. I go for Icy Wind here to lower his speed. And this is where I find out that -1 Crest with his investment is still faster than my type null. Because I was thinking I can't U-turn into Buzzwole because I'd probably be faster. But if I just ran the numbers, it probably makes sense. Like I can just run it. Where's my calculator? I can literally just run it right now. Where's my type null? Type null? How much speed does my type null have? 71. So like I don't know how much speed he had on his crest, but if it was like 2 more points, let's just give it 110. And then divide it with divided by 1.5 because it's just a, is that how the drop works? Is it just 1.5 drop? 73. So I would have known that I was slower, like if I just ran the numbers, because it outsped my Buzzwole and Mamo, which means like worst case, it's still I'm slower. So since I didn't, and I stayed in an Iron Headed, it means that he got another Moonlight off, which means I basically sacked my Mamo because I needed the damage off because Leech Life didn't kill, and I felt like I needed the Buzzwole a lot because he still had the Piloswine and the Chomper. Well, I guess Mamo can always start the Chomper, but the Piloswine is a huge issue because Piloswine actually beats Mamo because Piloswine is almost as strong, but it's just way more bulky because of the Eviolite. So yeah, I lose my whole team here because my type null's dead pretty much. My Clefty got crit, so it's dead. My Mamo, I had to sack it because I didn't know about the speed, and my Buzzwole's like just at half because I threw it into the crest. So I lost all my. I'm basically starting the game right now where I lost like half my team, at least pretty much half my team. So I'm just gonna sack the type null now because it lets me at least Mega Evolve safely. I didn't want to go hard Altaria because I don't get the typing and the boost and whatnot. So I only have 3 Pokemon left at this point, and it's like he has his whole team. So this is what happens when you build like shit and play like shit. I mean, like obviously the crit probably changes it a bit because it means like if he has no psychics or like 1 psychic left, he's forced to switch at some point with it, and maybe I don't have to sack my Mamoswine, which I felt like could have played a bigger part in this game. Or if I, would have clicked U-turn, knowing that I would be, it was so close. It's only by a couple points. Well, I just did the calc right now. Like he'd be like at 73 speed if he barely outsped my stuff, barely. So if he had way more speed, then it's for sure that I'm slower still. So I could have easily U-turned in the Buzzwole and had a half health. Or not a half health, it'd be like a dead type null, but I'd still have my Mamo. So that was just a fuck up. But this is like the main reason I kept the Buzzwole, to throw it into the Piloswine, because I had nothing else. Like I had Crobat and Altaria left, and they both lose to Piloswine. I did Dragon Dance on the Tornadus, hoping he'd go for like a poison move or something, because I just eat those all day. He does sack the crest here, even though like it's sag, schmack, it's shit on my whole entire team. So that doesn't really matter. Like it did his job and more, unfortunately. So this is where it gets a little spicy. So he brings in the Diancie, and which makes perfect sense because I have a Crobat and Altaria, so I can't switch into this thing at this point. But he doesn't have a Mega Bracelet. No Mega Bracelet. So I'm playing with half a team. He's playing with basically 5 Pokemon. You might as well say 4 Pokemon because I don't think Hariyama does anything against my remaining Pokemon. Like the best it can do is Fire Punch my Buzzwole, like Ice Punch my Crobat. I feel like if Hariyama was a Tentacruel, this game would have ended probably quicker because instead of taking the whole 60 minutes, actually I don't think that would have made a difference. It was mainly the fact that Cresselia, that whole thing with the Calm Minds took about 30 plus minutes, I want to say. I don't know how long it took, but it took a long ass time. So I go into my Max Def Altaria and I get confused off his Hurricane, and it kind of sucked because I didn't know what he would do because of that. Like I didn't know if he would U-turn or not, or just go for another Hurricane, or go for if he had Taunt or something like that. So I was really wary of going for anything that wasn't just trying to heal, especially if he clicked Hurricane again and tried to get like the 3-hit KO or something on me. So I just go for a roost in case he wanted to go for an attack there, because I was confused, trying to take advantage of that. I still have my Buzzwole alive to switch into the Piloswine, barely. He's just firing off just all this crap, just icicle crashes, hurricanes. Like Pokemon doesn't give a shit, bro. He doesn't give a shit. Barely hanging on. We still have an Ice Shard from this range, which is good. But I'm like I'm keeping this Buzzwole around just for the Piloswine, but I'm still forced to like leech life just to heal off of it, so I can take more crashes. This is why I'm surprised he didn't bring Tentacruel, because he could just totally stop it with this. So I did heal a little bit, so I think I can take one crash from this range, not crash plus a shard, just one crash. So I still have a Crobat in the back, and I think this is the best time for it to come out against the Hariyama, because he might go for a Fire Punch, could go for fighting move. I don't know why you do that against a Buzzwole though, or there's no reason you go for fighting move actually at all. But yeah, this Hariyama did absolutely nothing. So you basically have 4 Pokemon, because Diancie didn't Mega Evolve and this Hariyama did jack shit. And I had 3 Pokemon. So basically played 4 against 3, because I lost half my team to Crest, since he crit. Because I could have stalled out his Psychics potentially. I think he had like 4 or 5 left before the crit came. But like the crit, I feel like it's gonna happen at some point, right? I mean, you never know. Like, it could never happen, but. So I was really scared of switching into this thing. I was thinking about going Altaria in case he wanted to go for a Dragon move, because he couldn't click Earthquake. But I also didn't know what a Z move was, because this is a Z user, and he shows it off here, and it's actually what, Fire. So it was. I feel like it was either gonna be Fire or Steel or something to hit the Mammo really hard. But Fire makes the most sense because it hits the Buzzwole, which is like the main thing to switch into it. So I do end up sacking the Crobat. Like, it was in range of Ice Shard too. So like I didn't want to keep it around since it was going to die to Shard anyway. So now I go into my Altaria. And I have to Dragon Dance to attempt to do anything at this point. And there's only like 10 minutes or something left in the battle at this point as well. And he shows Sub. And unfortunately I didn't EV this thing to outspeed a +1 Chomp. So I have to click Dragon Dance again, which means I eat a fat ass fucking Earthquake with just like half my health. So that's not good. That's not good that I don't outspeed. In another rendition of this team, I actually did outspeed, but it meant like Tornadus did more damage. And my switch-ins to Tornadus are very limited. So I ended up just spamming Roost here. Like, there's really not much more to see. I ended up spamming Roost, and I don't know why I'm spamming Roost. I'm like hoping for Mineral. And actually, it's on this Earthquake he gets Mineral. Like, absolute min. But I'm not running the numbers to see what Mineral is. I felt like Mineral would have been higher than that. So, me not running the numbers, I just clicked Roost again. Because that was my best chance to attack it right there. Because 103, me being at 103 HP, I think was the highest I could have been at. So I missed my best chance to attack it. And the timer just keeps running down while I'm doing this. So, like, I'm just, like, wasting my own time. It's basically just I'm doing this all for naught. I see that does exactly half. And yeah, there's nothing I can do, because eventually I keep spamming Roost, because I think it was literally right after I hit 103, I ran the calc and I realized 103 was my best shot, or it was like the next Earthquake after that Earthquake or some shit. Really bad on my part, but I don't think it would have mattered because he still had Shard in the back, and that would have just blew me away anyway. If I had like Cotton Guard or something, maybe I stood a chance, but I had Heal Bell because I was scared of getting status by certain things. I think he crits me. He crits me with Earthquake eventually. Some shit happens. The game's basically over at this point. The game's over because I don't get the Mineral ever again. And setting up in something's face over and over, shit's eventually going to happen. So that's also not good. But this is a good game for me as far as getting shit on goes, because you see there's a crit, and that basically means it's GG because I can never get to high enough HP again. So I don't know why I keep roosting, fucking scumbag Gator. But this just reminds me, like, if you notice on my channel, like this past month I've done nothing but upload just GBA games because I just haven't felt like playing Pokemon. And I feel like it'd be a dick move to like try and leave the GBA or do something like that. But like I've literally did nothing on my channel besides this, just because it's kind of like I feel like it's like a mandatory thing. Like of course if I actually wanted to I could, but I don't think it's that serious. But and especially on Wi-Fi, like this is another reason why I fucking hate Wi-Fi. This took so long. I scheduled this like an hour before I had to go to school, and then we played a little bit later than what I wanted to, and this ended up like I basically got to school a little late and salty. I went to school salty and late. That was fun. Just Wi-Fi is stupid. Like there's some things on Wi-Fi like I don't know if I'll ever bring a Clefty like that again or so. Like it's just mainly just because it's Cresselia. Like I would never ever use that Pokemon just because it's just things on Wi-Fi take so long. Like stuff like Leech Seed and stuff like Calm Mind Crest or Suicune or just shit that just sits there and takes so long to do something to. It can happen so much faster on a showdown. We only gotta play on fucking Wi-Fi. We got smashed. I think it was only 2-0 at the end, but it was basically a smashing. Played like shit. That's what happens when you play like shit. And build like shit. Literally have nothing for CM Crest besides your own CM Clefty to stall out Psychics. You're gonna get crit, right? But yeah, that's why I wanted to post comment, because that took forever and there's a lot of downtime because that whole sequence of events took very long. I almost maybe could have won at the end, like if I brought the Altaria in on the Z Fire move and kept the Crobat around for something. But even then, like I think the Garchomp would have just won at that point too. So, well, Crobat has Infiltrator. I don't know. Maybe like Buzz will dodge a Hurricane, but he probably had Heat Wave on the Tornado. I guess he could dodge that too. So maybe Buzz will just dodge everything. If I kept Crobat around and went hard Altaria on the Fire move or some shit. But that's not the case. Yeah, we take an L. I think we're 2-2 now. We're still second in our division, I think, because I think Wolfie's also 2-2, and then Aster's. Well, that's spoiling if you haven't watched the other ones. Well, that was bad. I don't even know if Wolfie's 2-2. I actually don't remember. But yeah, that's gonna be the end. I was gonna like rant at the end and talk about how salty I am and how much I fucking like, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I think I said enough in the video. And it shows on my channel the fact that I haven't uploaded anything the past month except like 4 GBA videos. Oh well, it's just like school plus everything else. Like if I really wanted to make time to upload stuff, I would. It's just I'd rather do other stuff like play other games or watch anime or do my schoolwork and shit. So yeah, like on video, we really appreciate it. Next week we play Aster and the Montreal Absols. And yeah, itzGator. I'll see you guys next time.